Hi, I'm Derby Todd. It is that time of year again where I am going to do another quick rundown of my drum set. We are at the end of the Devin Townsend Powernerd tour, and we are in this amazing venue, the Wilton, which I've seen many gigs here but never played, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, I'm going to keep this short because last time I talked way too long. So drum-wise, my British drum company Legend kit in Raven glass finish, which I think is really cool. It's kind of black sparkle, but it's got these little coloured flakes, holographic flakes in, so it kind of sparkles a bit with a bit of colour, which is kind of cool. And probably the most important thing on this drum set is my custom Evans bass drum head, which they kindly made for me. And what better thing to put on your bass drum than your dog? So that's exactly what I've done. But the cool thing about Evans is you can send them a photo and they'll stick anything on a bass drum. The gear is all on an old Pearl Icon rack, which I've had for a long time, and it looks it. Very sturdy, just does the job. So yeah, that works. Let's go around the kit. Determined to be quick this time. So yeah, so drum wise, we've got 10 by 8, 12 by 9. We've got a 16 by 16 floor tom, and we've also got an 18 by 16 floor tom. The kit's 100% birch. So it's got really good attack, nice tone, doesn't ring too long, very controlled. Yeah, really good. And probably equally as important is the drum heads. I play Evans. I think on my last run through I wasn't playing Evans, and it's the best decision I've made to change. We're currently using clear EC2s on the tom heads. And I like these because they've got good control, and the little ring on the outside just takes a bit of the edge off, and they don't ring quite as long, which for music like we play with Devin Townsend is really cool. Snare drum, I'm using the British drum company Bluebird, which is a chrome over brass, which has worked really well for this tour. I tend to swap my snare drum out every tour. I'm just using this one. But we're just trying, I have been using the Evans reverse dot power centers, but we've got the UV1 reverse dot on this, which both myself and Mitch, my drum tech, think sounds really good. Yeah, it sounds really good. I kind of was like, oh, I'm going to try another head, and now I think this is my head of choice. Sticks wise, ProMark wood tip rebound 5As. Just as I get older, my sticks get lighter because I'm becoming a wimpy drummer, so 5As. And then sometimes we use the fire grains as well. So just, yeah, if I'm in the mood for a bit more weight, these just feel like they've got a bit more density to them. Double pedal wise, I'll move out the way. We have got, on this tour, I'm actually using a DW9000. Last tour I used a Tama Dynasync, which felt good at the time. And now I just prefer the 9000, and I'm sure come next year when we go on tour, I'll be onto something else because I can never make my mind up. Cymbal wise, all Zildjian. I really like the medium thin crashes. So we've got an 18 here, this is a 17, and then I've got a 19 over to my far right, just for a sort of bigger, washier sound at points in the set. We were using two 18-inch crashes, and I broke them, and Zildjian kindly replaced them. And I ordered the wrong size, so we've got smaller cymbals. So yeah, don't let the drummer order his own cymbals because you get it wrong. Hi-hat wise, actually no, China wise, we've just got a 18-inch Oriental China crash, yeah, China trash, which I really like. My second hi-hats are 15-inch heavy hi-hats, which are A's, and I don't think Zildjian make them anymore, which is a shame because they sound really, really cool. I think I said this in my last video, this is my go-to ride cymbal, which is a custom 20-inch medium ride, and I've just used this on everything. I've used it on Devin's records, Jordan Rudess's records, Kuiper albums, loads of stuff. It just works for everything. Hi-hat wise, we've got the 14-inch Zildjian session hi-hats, which are the ones that I think Steve Gadd helped design. They kind of got a dark tone to them, really controlled. And our sound man doesn't hate them because they're not too loud, so that's good. Little A custom 6-inch splash, which doesn't get used too much, but when it does, it's useful to have. And a Zildjian blast bell, which is kind of like their updated version of the Zil bell, and because it's kind of dry and not polished, it just doesn't ring out quite as long, which is very useful. this thing over here, last tour I was using a 18-inch bass drum as a floor tom. This time I thought I'd go a bit bigger than that, and I've got a 24, and this, yeah, I mean, you hit this. That sound, I'm going to do that again. Sounds absolutely huge, and you see people shaking the front row, so that's cool. And this is, yeah, 24 by 16. Actually, I'll talk about the triggers in a second. My drum stool, again, I mentioned this last time, I'm still using the Porter and Davies with the amp here that just every time I hit the bass drum, it sends a bit of a vibration up your bum, and you can just feel the bass drum a bit more. I've got my mixer here. All the music that I listen to is separated, so I can easily mix things on the fly, because I do tend to change stuff. So I've got stereo band, stereo me, stereo backing tracks. I have kick drum on its own, because sometimes I like to turn that up and down depending on the song, and then click. And then in terms of playback, this was new for me. We were using a Cymatic on the last tour, and now we've moved to Ableton. So we have a session running on the computer here, and we hit start, and it goes. And then there's a couple of points where I have to queue up new songs. So we've got this Novation launch pad where I can, press skip to different sections of the songs, and that works. If anyone can tell me why in Ableton everything has to be so tiny and I can't read it even when I've got my glasses on, please leave me a message in the comments, because it drives me mad. I hate it. Anyway, all the backing track is running through this Play Audio thing. So we've got two of these. One is like redundancy in case it breaks. And we have a separate laptop down here playing the backing as well. And that just means that if one of the laptops goes down, the other one takes over and no one knows there was a problem. And then the final thing on the kit is the electronics. So I've got a Roland SPD SX Pro, and this just has some samples. We've got a snare sample that comes off this, and also a kick sample, and we're using the Roland RT30 trigger. And I would say the blend of that is probably about 20% sample, 80% natural sound, and it just helps us get a bit of the sound that we're looking for the same in every room, because every room tends to sound different. So you never know what you're going to get, so that really helps. And then over here I've got a BT1 Roland trigger pad, and we use that just for a couple of moments where I trigger a cowbell, and I also trigger like an orchestral cymbal. So I'm pretty sure, have I missed anything out, Mitch? It's pretty much everything. I think I've maybe even done this really quickly. So that's my whole kit. This is the Wilton in LA. It's the final night of the tour, and then I'm going home tomorrow, and it's going to be great. So enjoy. Oh, hold on. Final thing. This Gibraltar stealth rack has actually worked out really useful. So it's made by Gibraltar, and it attaches to my rack stand. And what it means is that rather than having loads of snare legs and stuff, the snare is in exactly the same place. It never moves. It's really sturdy, and yeah, that's been a really good addition. So that's my quick overview of my drum kit. Hope you enjoyed it.